Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, back doing a best of one Kamigawa Neon Dynasty draft. I'm looking at Kappa Wrecker here for pick one. Our rare is March of Burgeoning Life, which is unfortunately unplayable. Search your library for a creature card with the same name as that creature. Put it onto the battlefield tab. But why? I don't get it. Not a fan. Runaway Trash Bot. Cool in concept. I haven't had a ton of success with it, though. Turns out it's tough to get a ton of artifacts and enchantments in your graveyard. I mean, at best, I think I've seen it be like a 4/4 trample, maybe, which is good cost for 3 mana. Kappa Wrecker is just incredible. It's just ridiculously strong card. Super powered. I mean, at worst, it's a 2 mana 1/3 Death Touch, which would already be just really, really good. But yeah, throw all that extra awesomeness on top of it, and it's amazing. All right, follow-up pick. Well, Heiko, pretty awesome in red. I'm thinking about maybe Guidebot. I mean, it's not the best card here, but it's still very good. I like this card. It's colorless, and it ends up drawing you cards. It kind of doesn't put you anywhere in particular. Otherwise, in green, we have Bamboo, Grove Archer. Kumano faces Kakazan is pretty good. Yeah, I mean, Heiko's upside is pretty significant, but I feel good about Guidebot. I like the card in general. It lets us play the field a little bit more here. Other goodies in here. I think Reliquary is actually a fine card. Disciples playable. Kami and Ironhoof Boar are both playable. And Broodsuit, I feel like, I mean, I've played against it a lot. I haven't played with it. Maybe I need to give it more of a chance. But I'll take Guidebot. I feel good about it. No problems there. Well, I had some success last time I played Dragon Kami Reborn. I think this card's actually okay. Not great. I won't give it great, but I'll give it okay. And I might actually take it here. I mean, green does have a lot of big fat fatties. You can get out with it too. Otherwise, there's Historian's Wisdom, which I haven't really played before. It's interesting that you can enchant artifacts with it. It's for, like, vehicles. It's so weird. Yeah, we could take Fixing otherwise. It's a lot of setup to get a creature out of it, admittedly. I think I'll take it. I probably shouldn't. I probably should take a Haven or something, but I think because it played well for me before, I kind of want to do it again. Well, we could take the Greater Tanuki now. Replication Specialist is a cool card, but I like Tanuki. Fang of Shigeki's in here too, but we're going to need something to cheat out with Dragon Kami Reborn, right? Yeah, Tanuki's a good card. Lets you splash for 3, 4, 5 color decks. I mean, look how big of it. It doesn't actually look like a dog to me. Looks more like a raccoon. But I thought that's what a Tanuki was, based on playing Super Mario Brothers 3, of course. The Tanuki suit. Okiba Reckoner Raid, rather, is a good card. Sphere's playable, Intervention's playable. I like the Captain for Samurai decks, but I will take a Tanuki and continue to cut green for now. Fall of Lord Kanda is playable removal. There's sometimes where it's really not that good. It ranges from amazing game flipping, deal with the thing that you couldn't beat otherwise, and get a body that draws you a card, to I can't hit anything my opponent controls. So it's a tough card. It's a tough card. Could take the Kami. It's okay. I mean, Voltage Surge is probably the best card here, but I don't know how I feel about green-red. It's probably fine. I kind of feel okay with taking the Kami here. We already have, I guess, technically a couple enchantments. And there's some enchantments it's very synergistic with. I feel like I pass this card often, and maybe I need to give it a chance here. We'll see. Maybe I'll end up regretting it. So Season of Renewal is good if you end up with a bunch of enchantments. Currently we only have 2, but that's not bad. Otherwise, Merge Keeper lets us get to our 4 drops on turn 3. To be honest, for the most part, I've been kind of underwhelmed by Merge Keeper, but I think it's okay to take here. Sunblade Samurai is a very good card. Completion is some removal, but we'll take the Merge Keeper. I'll stick to green for now until I see what is wide open. So there's Careful Cultivation. I almost think I might take Preserver here. Combat Trick, that's also an enchantment. Can also just come down and buff something. Cultivation tends to go late. There's also Uncharted Haven for more splashing, but we'll take Preserver. Preserver is also good with Guidebot. Modify more things to make your card draw cheaper. Well, we could take the Skyscraper. We have ways to modify creatures. I think this card's actually fine. Also keeps us, I guess, technically mono green. Not that that's something I should be going out of my way to get, but I guess we can take the Trash Bot. Yeah, I'm fine with that. We have, what, how many? Yeah, actually we have 2 artifacts, 3 enchantments already. Sure, take the Trash Bot. We can take the Reliquary, or we can take the Brute Suit. I'll take Reliquary. It doesn't take up a slot in the deck, and you can get cards out of it. It's nice. Alright. Instant Speed Combat Trick that can put lore counters in sagas. Not that exciting. Maybe we'll take the Safekeeping. I feel like I never play this card. I've only played against it. It's totally fine. Protection from removal spells. It's also technically a combat trick. It gains you life. I feel like it does a lot for obviously a low cost. Maybe we'll give it a chance, especially given that we have no removal in here. We do have, I guess, a combat trick with Preserver. Maybe I take the Colossus here. Give it a chance. Late red. Neither of these are really anything super special, though. Favor of Jukai is fine. It's a combat trick that can be a buff aura sometimes. So I guess I've managed to carve my way into green pretty successfully. Dragon Kami Reborn. If you get a Skyscraper out of it, you're probably feeling pretty good. Can't get a Colossus out of it, right? Because it's only creatures. Yeah. Look, there's so much text. Alright, you can cast a creature spell from among cards. So this is a vehicle, not a creature. Guess we'll take the ace in case we end up green-white. Alright, pack 2. Wide open, baby. What do we want to do? Well, I love Colossal Sky Turtle. It's a great card. Nothing else really standing out to me. The rare here, this is the least good of this cycle. Just 2 colorless spirit creature tokens, that's all. Guess they have haste. It's channel though. Don't I want to do it on my opponent's turn to get the surprise creature tokens? I guess you get the option there. Would you rather have hasty spirit creatures or I guess it's playable. It's just really not that exciting at all. Let's take Colossal Sky Turtle here and feel pretty good about it because this card's awesome. Yeah. Not much else to say. Great card. Let's see. So we could take Terrarium to help get mana. Maybe we just take the Acquisition Octopus, get some card draw capability here. Yeah. Because otherwise in green, there's just Heir of the Ancient Fang. The rare is Risona. Terrarium does fix, but currently we're basically monocolor splashing a Sky Turtle. So guess Octopus might be worth going a little bit deeper for. So Emergence. There's Skybless Samurai. We do have a decent enchantment count. Goshen Tai. If we wanted to maybe, I don't know, start going for like pick up some shrines along the way. I don't really need Emergence. I think it's totally fine. It does counts as a modified creature, which is kind of cool for Skyscraper. And a 4/5 Vigilance Haste is actually pretty good. Nothing in here is that special. I mean, I could take the Samurai. I don't know if I want to. I'm just going to take Emergence. It seems early, and it is, but nothing in there is really... Nothing in there was doing it for me. So we could take the completion, get some more removal. I'm fine with that. We're going to need some more cheap things. I see that. But we'll take completion for now. Season of Renewal goes infinite with Sky Turtle, so we probably want to do that. And we're really not giving up much for it, so that makes sense. Plus, we have a bunch of enchantments we want to get back. We need some more... We definitely need some more cheap things in this deck, or we're going to get run over. Alright, so now it's like Thirst for Knowledge versus Ninja's Kunai. How many... We have 5 artifacts? Yeah, that's more than enough. We'll take the Thirst, get some more card advantage going. Alright, well, I'm going to really have to prioritize cheap things. Because we already have more than enough expensive things, that's for sure. I guess Sky Turtle is technically a 2-drop too, so alright. I'd probably take another Tanuki. I could take another Terrarium, but Tanuki's so much better because it's also a win con. I mean, you can do this on turn 2, but I guess Archer is here too. Yeah, I guess with all the late game I have, I'd better take the Archer. I should get some... I need more 2-drops, and Archer is kind of exactly what the doctor ordered with a deck like this. It blocks so well, and we have so much late game already. It's hard to go wrong with Tanuki, though, just because you can always use it as a channel ramp effect, but I have to be smart here. All right. Well, do I have to take a Stalker? I don't want to, but it might be the smartest thing to do, just to make sure we have enough early game once again. Because otherwise I could take another Thirst. I'm going to take another Thirst. This is a little greedy, but Coiling Stalker is just really not doing it for me. Could take Commune with Spirits here, I guess. I never play this card, but considering we're kind of hunting for cheap spells, staying busy early. Confine Land, I guess. It's not bad. Confine Archer. I mean, you can also just, you know, miss with it, but whatever. We could take the Artificer here. There's Mnemonic Sphere, but we have a lot of card draw already. Not that that's a big deal, but Artificer, honestly, really not that good, but we have a couple things that can ramp into, I guess. I hope I don't have to end up playing Artificer is what I'm trying to say, but we might. You never know. All right, Prototype, I guess, technically. Or we could take Short Circuit. You know, I never play Short Circuit. This also ramps, too. Yeah, I guess we take that. All right, got a Short Circuit anyway in case I need it. Got a Mnemonic Sphere, too. I mean, actually, I have a pretty good artifact count for a Reality Heist, but... I mean, we have all this card advantage. So we're kind of good. All the Short Circuits. Got it. Spirit Sister's Call. Well, I feel like we're a ways away from splashing that. I love Roaring Earth. It's a great card. It's going to be a little bit worse for us just because we're a little top heavy, I guess, a little expensive, but making Skyscraper cheaper too. I mean, it's a great card. And I love that you draw it late when you have a million lands, and it's also a win con. So just a very, very good card. Tribute to Hirobi. Gosh, I wonder if that's worth splashing. I love this card. I might just take Fang of Shigeki, though. There's Fade into Antiquity too. That's all good. But I'm going to take Fang of Shigeki. We're just going to make sure, with the amount of late game that we have, let's just make sure we have enough early game. All right, another Archer. Great pickup. I think our early game is like, we're getting there. We're really getting there if I take this. Zeus's Many Journeys, even more we can do early. Otherwise, Specialist. There's Crab, Circuit Mender. All of these are good. We have a good artifact count for Automaton, but not enough where I'd take it here. Honestly, Crab's not the worst. I mean, we're starting to get there on early game, so getting a counterspell that's also a win con is pretty nice. Zeus's Many Journeys, though, lets you ramp, and you get a decent body out of it eventually. It's something to do early. I guess I'll take this. I mean, like I said, our late game is really good right now. I doubt we're going to do this. I don't think we're doing the short circuits. We probably just don't need it. Probably don't need the Artificer anymore. Probably won't need the Emergence, I don't think. Possibly don't need the Favor of Jukai. Huh. Another Fang of Shigeki. I'm okay with it. There's some spots where it's not good enough, but I'm kind of liking where we're at now. We have a very good balance of early game, late game, decent amount of removal. Got some ramp. Probably don't need the trash bot. Yeah. Bearer of Memory is actually a pretty good card. It basically can just take games over in stalemate positions. I kind of like it. I found it does more work than anybody ever expects it to, so. So best bodies to find with Dragon Kami Reborn are basically Tanuki, Sky Turtle, Skyscraper. It's pretty good, actually. Jeez, I've seen a lot of Banishing Slashes. I don't really need anything here, I guess. I'm not going to play Trespasser. I guess I'll take a Blossoming Sands. Probably don't need that either, to be honest. Fade into Antiquity. We can take it. I mean, our creature count is there at this point, so otherwise we could take another Fang, but you know, it's nice to have some more spot removal. And Fade into Antiquity deals with a lot of big problems in the format, so I'm on board with it. Commune. We could take the Network Terminal. It ramps, and I actually like the loot capability of it. I don't know if we have the space for it, but we'll take a look. We'll see if we can make it fit. I doubt we're going to need safekeeping. Once again, I don't end up playing the card, even though I like it. Probably don't need Favor of Jukai. I don't know if we need the Mnemonic Sphere with 2 Thirst for Knowledge. I don't know if we need the prototype either, but I'll have to take a look at our... Because we still are pretty removal light. We basically have a bounce effect, a combat trick pump, removal, sorcery speed removal for artifacts and enchantments, no fight spells. Could take a Grafted Growth. It kind of does double duty for Walking Skyscraper, modifies a creature and gives you ramp. It's kind of cool. I don't need anything else here. I guess we'll consider it. Another Network Terminal. Well, that's probably too many Network Terminals, but that's all right. We have all the short circuits a little boy could ask for. Well, I mean, I like that we ended up with a deck that has more than enough cheap things in it. Wow. Third to last pick Naturalist. Could take the Heir of the Ancient Fang. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Neither are going to make the deck. We have to make cuts anyway for now, so let's take a look. All right. I kind of like having all this late game. I think we're 17 lands, though. Pretty sure about that. But double network terminal seems incorrect. So it says 14 creatures. Technically, it's really, I guess, 15. 16. You can count Roaring Earth as a creature, in my opinion. So 16. I don't count Dragon Kami Reborn. I do count Thundersteel Colossus. So really we have like 17. I guess you should probably only count vehicles as half a creature since they require a creature to do anything, but whatever. I almost wonder if I like Network Terminal more than Grafted Growth. I like that this is like a loot engine, whereas Grafted Growth is better for Skyscraper. I think I like Network Terminal more than Grafted Growth. I'm pretty sure. I think I value having a loot more than I do getting the +1/+1 counter, but I can't say for sure. I mean, it's also better with Guidebot, but there's something about Terminal that's quite good. Problem is we don't have like a boatload of artifacts, but we have a decent artifact count. It's good with cards like Octopus that you reconfigure it on something and suddenly you can still use it to tap, and it's just nice. Well, I guess I'd like to not have to cut, too many artifacts if I am going to do Network Terminal. So that makes it, or, also for Thirst of Knowledge. Well, let's cut the Grafted Growth. Double Network Terminal is too much, I think. We'll do one. 3 more cuts. I can cut the Dragon Kami Reborn. We have so many good things going on in this deck. I just don't think we need this. It did play well for me before, but I kind of like the other things we're doing more in here. 2 more cuts. What are the best enchantments to bounce with Geothermal Kami? Well, it's nice that you can just, bounce an enchantment to gain 3 life. Sometimes you just need to gain 3 life. You could bounce an Archer to blow up a flying creature you can't otherwise deal with. You could bounce a Roaring Earth after it's done its job in the late game, and suddenly you can channel it and make a big fat creature. You can bounce Tamiyo's Completion if there's a threat you need to otherwise deal with. You could bounce Preserver, make it a combat trick again. Bounce Sky Turtle for regrowth or bounce effect. I mean, those are all pretty good utility. It's true. I'm still kind of not feeling it, though. Not feeling like we need it. Let's see. I think I might cut Kami. I might cut the Mnemonic Sphere too. I didn't want to cut any more artifacts. And maybe there's an argument we cut the Prototype instead and just keep the card draw high. Yeah, I can do that. What's our removal? We're pretty light. We have a Fade into Antiquity. We have a Tamiyo's Completion. We have a Jukai Preserver. And we have a Sky Turtle for bounce. That's pretty light. I guess we can deal with flyers too. Pretty removal light. Prototype technically would give us some more removal, so maybe there's an argument to run it over the Sphere. Especially since we already have 2 Thirst for Knowledge and a Guidebot, and we have the infinite combo with Sky Turtle and Season of Renewal, so we have pretty good card draw going. All right, I'll cut the Sphere. Prototype also does double duty as a ramp in a pinch, or, a 5-drop tempo-y removal thing. So way more green than blue. I think I agree with 9-7. We don't have any double blue anyway. All right, weird deck. I say that after most of my decks, but this one is pretty weird. I don't think I ever really play Thundersteel Colossus very often at all. So should be interesting. All right, well, we'll see what we can do with this. All right, we'll run it like this. We'll see you round one. All right, we're on the play. We don't have green mana. I'm still kind of tempted to keep this hand just because if I draw, even if I draw blue mana, I can do Thirst for Knowledge on turn 3. I think it's worth the risk. Mostly, once again, because Sky Turtle can at least buy me another turn. Maybe set them back a little bit. Great draw there. All right, well, let's get Fang down. Then I can ramp with Tanuki. I might do that. I guess I could also just draw land, potentially draw lands with Thirst for Knowledge, so. Well, we'll see. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to do the Tanuki or the Thirst for Knowledge, but to me it kind of feels like I should probably do Thirst for Knowledge. I feel like we have a good chance to hit lands. It will put me in that difficult spot where I have to discard, but that's okay. Guidebot's a good one. So I can fade that into Antiquity. But all right. So discards, we do have the infinite combo now with Sky Turtle and Season of Renewal. So we can discard probably Season and Bearer Memory. And that way I can play like Preserver next turn. Okay, so do I just deal with the Guidebot now? I mean, I don't want them to draw cards off of it. I'm going to play the Preserver first. I guess I'll attack first then. Because I feel like this just makes good use of mana here. And I'd rather have a 4/4 than a 3/3 and a 2/2, I think. They can pay 3 and draw. They'll get a card, but then I'll fade it. Technically, I can use Tanuki to find a second green, which isn't bad. So they can still draw a card here, which I think at this point means I'll just fade the Guidebot. So I think this is okay. So they'll get a card. Next turn we'll do Tanuki. Maybe turn after that we'll do Sky Turtle, or I can use, like I said, the Sky Turtle to get back Season of Renewal and start to go infinite. That might be better. Hmm. I think we'll do Colossus for now. I just need to protect myself so I can get this Sky Turtle combo going. So, I can attack with the Preserver. Possibly get Kapitech Wrecker to exile Tanuki. I guess I'll do that. I think this is the best way to do it. So then we get to blow up Tanuki. And then I can follow it up with a Preserver. I'll still do the Preserver, I think. All right, that's great news. So now we can go so we'll Sky Turtle for Season of Renewal, and then we'll do Season of Renewal. And we can get back Sky Turtle and Greater Tanuki. And then we'll pass. Let's see. Do they even have a good block for this Preserver? I guess they don't. They could block with Apprentice. Whatever. I'll chill for now. We're the ones that have the infinite combo, so let's play it chill. Could have played the Archer, but I don't really see the need for doing that. See what creature they get. I do have a Sky Turtle if I have to use it. Alright, that one That's totally fine. All right. So having 9 mana is actually kind of nice. It means we can use Bearer of Memory and still use the Sky Turtle to get back the Season of Renewal. So they're still going to take trample damage here, pretty significant trample damage. So we'll just leave up Sky Turtle. All right, cool. We'll see you for the next one. All right, got ourselves a keep here. Guess we've got a turn 2 Roaring Earth. Ah, well, that worked out. Worked out really, really well. So we're already at 6 mana on turn 4. That's pretty good. Ooh, it's good value there. So I could do Bearer of Memory, I guess. So we already have Well, let's just bust out the Sky Turtle, I think. It's not super easy to deal with, so I like it. So if I get 8 mana, I can actually go Fade and Bearer of Memory. Which is pretty good. Well, so they must have a Ninja would be my guess. Or they have the 1 mana kill something, draw a card. But I don't want them to get the Specialist back. Although, maybe we'll just block the automaton. They probably do have the 1 mana draw card thinger. Yeah. Not commonly played, as it turns out, but still an okay block there, in my opinion. Alright, so now we can do Bearer. Land. Could fade the automaton, but I don't need to. I think we probably just get in for 2 and then use the terminal to draw 3 with Thirst for Knowledge, probably. We'll just probably dump the lands. All right. So we can go fade the automaton. Pay it. And then we can go probably just land, Hump Bearer, get in for 5, and then we'll play the Archer here. Could have played the Archer and put the counter on that. Wonder if that actually would have been better against the Centipede Disruptor. It might have been. So, still don't technically have lethal next turn. Which is good. Hey, Skyscraper, that's cool. All right. See you for the next one. All right, this looks like a good keep to me. I think you just probably cast the Kapitech Wrecker. Not necessarily have to ninjutsu it out. I suppose I could. They have the circuit hacker, whatever its name is. Well, I mean, I could blow up the circuit hacker, but I think I'm just going to cast I mean, it's not bad. I can blow up the hacker. They already got a card draw out of it, which makes the play less sexy to me. But I think I'm just going to cast it. And then I don't attack with Fang because we know they have the Disruptor in hand. So I don't want them to get another kind of like free hit on us or whatever. Personally, I think the Capitec record is a lot more dangerous, threatening like bigger artifacts or enchantments. And the Ninja deck has a lot of artifacts and enchantments, so... Exploit that one, huh? That was unexpected. Let's do the... All right, I guess I'm willing to blow up Hacker. I mean, it's really not bad. I could have kept it back, but overall, I don't think it's bad. I guess Guidebot can technically buff the Octopus here, which is kind of nice. Yeah. I mean, they want to block with all three of their dudes, I'm fine. They want to lose that, I'm fine. Let's see what ninja they have. The 3/2 lifelinker. Usually a safe guess. All right, so we have 5 mana, which means currently we don't have enough to do Guidebot plus. This costs 3, and we only have 5 mana, so let's just get in with the Octopus. Let's do Thirst. Get rid of a couple lands. Then we go land, Merge Keeper. Let's see what ninja they have here. Alright. Well, we have completion for that, so probably okay. Alright. Ooh, Sky Turtle too, huh? That's cool. So I don't really want to trade my Octopus. We probably just have to do completion for now on the Shadow Walker. We're just a land away from Sky Turtle too, and we know what they have in their hand, so I think we're okay. So we have Fade. Can't fade the Prosperous Thief, though. I think we'll just draw. Okay. Preserver's kind of cool. Let's just attack with Octopus here. So that way we can at least do Sky Turtle next turn, guaranteed. Well, I guess better that than, oh, no attacks. Well, let's just jam Sky Turtle now, I think. We're still technically 1 mana shy of, I can always fade the Tameo's Completion too, which is cool, but let's just do the Sky Turtle. If we draw a land, technically, well, oh yeah, we can sack I'm okay sacking that. Like, we couldn't take care of that, but this is just fine. All right, so we can do can still do the Skyscraper. So we'll probably do that. Yeah, I think we'll sandbag the forest to discard to Long Reach of Night. So they can kill our guide bot. I'll probably just take care of Goshen Tai, Hidden Cruelty. How many creatures do I have in there? 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures. Well, that's all right. So let's take care of this little feller. And we'll get in with... I guess we can get in with everything here. I guess we don't have to sandbag in case they have more virus beetles or whatever. Oh, wow. That's a good draw. All right, we'll see you for the next one. All right, this is a keep. Well, I guess we might as well start getting some value. Sure. So we can use Terminal to possibly jump to 7 the following turn. That's pretty good. Completion, huh? All right. So still need another land, technically. All right. Ooh. So we probably just cameos completion Ryu, so they don't, like, I don't know, get 2 attacks or something. Oh, I guess I should have pumped my Sky Turtle. Well, that's all right. Still technically the same clock. I think I'm just gonna, just in case. That was a good draw. That life gain might mean the difference here, huh? Let's see. So they have lethal and backswing, so I can't attack. Well, if I draw a land, they die. That's pretty good. All right. See you for the next one. This hand's pretty good. Merge Keeper into Thirst. Build towards that turn 5 Tanuki. Not bad. Oh, that's a good draw. I like staying busy early. Yeah. Not the best trade. That was a good draw. They gonna double strike us here? Sure hope not. It's gonna be a called shot double strike. Well, Coiling Stalker, I would still say, is overall less bad for us than a double striker, so that's okay. So, let's just play the Bearer. I don't really see a huge reason to play Thirst right now. So I guess with 5 mana we can do Thirst first. Thirst first. So we can ditch Prototype, or we can ditch 2 lands. I kind of like hitting my land drops. I don't really need the Prototype, so alright. I mean, the lands are at least valuable to us on multiple fronts here, I would say. Alright. I guess I'm alright with that. I don't really need the Bearer Memory to win. So I can fade that into Antiquity, but I think we'll go. I can afford to take another hit if they have an answer, so I'm going to go for the Tanuki here. Better use of mana. Alright, so we have Fade into Antiquity. So we can do Fade plus Thirst for Knowledge. Guess we don't necessarily have to do it in that order. Otherwise I can do Roaring Earth, Fade. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. And then I can modify my Merge Keeper too. Wonder if that means I can do, let's see, this. So we'll do this. We play a land. We modify the Merge Keeper. Then we can fade the touch. And we can even Thirst for Knowledge at the end of their turn, so that's pretty good. All right, so we'll discard. This is actually a little bit of a tough one. I guess we'll do the Archer and the Wrecker. Jeez. It's sad because I kind of want to lose that Wrecker, but that's got to be the correct one to do. All right, so we'll get in with Tanuki here, and we'll play the Skyscraper. And have some beefy boys out there. Then next turn, if we draw a land, we can even do Colossus and activate it with the Merge Keeper. And get in for just 1 billion trample. Yeah, if we draw a land here, they're in big, big trouble. I mean, they're still in... Actually, they just die. Never mind. They just die. Alright. See you for the next one. Alright. Keep this. All right. Get the 5/5 ninja. Well, unfortunately, I think we got a completion that. The real reason that's unfortunate is they're going to immediately be able to sack it with the Dockside Chef. But got to protect ourselves, so got to do what we got to do. Nice value. So, I mean, we can fade the chef. We're quite a bit behind on the race right now, so I think I'm just going to play it safe and just play Tanuki and pass. That way, if they can kill the Tanuki, at least they can keep the Kami of Terrible Secrets back. Alright, I think we'll just discard a forest here. I might just fade the Long Reach of Night. It's probably worth it. Got another ninja? No? Alright. Ooh. It's a good card. Can't quite cast it yet, so I have 4, 5, 6 mana, so I think we just fade the Long Reach of Night. Get in with the Tanuki. This is probably a little bit dangerous. They have an answer for the Preserver, but at the same time, I want to get some damage in. So we can draw 2 cards off the Reliquary, but I kind of need to land right now. A lot of Dockside Chefs. So land, we go Skyscraper, otherwise we'll play Tanuki. Grove Archer's pretty good too, actually, but let's do Tanuki for now and then pass. Be tough to beat. So I think we got to blow up the Clawing Torment. I think we're still, unfortunately, dead here. Oh, I should have Attacked with the Preserver. Well, yeah, maybe. Yeah, no, I'm not sure. It's probably still not enough. Yeah, I think it's lethal still, unfortunately. Yeah, Xaxes. Alright, we'll see for the next one. Alright, this hand's good. Merge Keeper into, I guess, just Octopus. Not the best ramp I've ever seen, but that's alright. So I can fade that into Antiquity, so that's pretty good. So I think we'll probably just take it if they attack. Try and find an opportunity to get in with that Octopus. Alright. Let's just fade Blades. Good thinking. Better kill that Octopus. Could have played the Archer. Don't really need to. I like that. So they could have like a Intercessor's Arrest or a Vanishing Slash or a Ball of Lord Conda. A lot of answers they could have had, which they did. So here we'll play the Guide Bot and we'll pump up the Merge Keeper. And we'll play a Archer and pass. Ooh, it's a big one. Good draw there. That's too bad for us. All right, let's draw. Ah, there we go. That's a good one. One card in hand, huh? Well. So we get attack, they could buff up the samurai. Wonder if it makes the most sense to just jam this. And get lizard blades back. Let's see. Do I have lethal? Sky Turtle doesn't have trample. So we're going to play the Thundersteel Colossus. Activate it with Merge Keeper. Oh, maybe cancel that, actually. Do I want to draw off Guidebot first? Or do I not need to? Maybe it's safer to just keep the Guidebot back. So I think we'll just do the Colossus. I'm trying to think if I can threaten lethal somehow. Say they block the Sky Turtle, they take 7, 9, 10, 12. So I don't quite have lethal. So I guess we'll do just this. I'll get in for 7 here. Maybe was I supposed to just attack with the... Maybe I was supposed to just attack with the Sky Turtle in hindsight. That was probably a mistake. Alright, so they have 3 blockers. So let's thirst first. Yeah, I don't think that's going to do it. So we can discard lands, although it really doesn't do that much either. They're at 7. I don't think we've got it. So, yeah, I don't think we do. I can do bearer. Reliquary. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think it's lethal. Which is too bad. So, I made a huge mistake this game, but that's okay. I was overdue for mistakes, so I should have attacked. With my 6/5 into their 4/4. I wonder if they would have been able to block and still kill us on backswing. That might have been the case. I'd have to go for the rewind to see that, but well, this is actually lethal if they block like that, so that's not going to work. Did they really just give us the game? Wow. They really had no business losing that game, but they forgot it had trample. I really don't know. All right, we'll see you for the next one. All right, well, it's a keep. I don't think we need to play the prototype early either. I don't think. I don't see why. It's discard fodder as far as I see it right now. Skyscraper. Well, I would say we are probably just going to do the Thirst for Knowledge and likely discarding a prototype, but we'll see. If we draw 3 lands, maybe I just discard a couple lands. Wow. Your hand's that good? That's scary. That's even scarier than not rummaging. Well, those are a bunch of good draws. Let's ditch the prototype. I'm still definitely on board with that. All right, so honestly, I think the play is Merge Keeper, land, pump it, and then we'll play Archer. That way we're already at Skyscraper mana, so that's pretty good. take 3 here. They finally rummage. My goodness. Discarding a land, playing the network terminal. Unexpected. See if they Vault Surge our Merge Keeper. If they do, it's really not the end of the world. Yeah. I'm right with that too. Okay, well, we're going to jam a Skyscraper here, so we'll just play a land and pump our Archer, I guess. Having the Season of Renewal is quite nice with a Skyscraper. So even if they get an answer for it after they take a hit, they still have to find another way to deal with it. I mean, there's Assassin's Ink, so there is some uncommon instant speed removal that would deal with walking Skyscraper, but... And there's like explosive entry, so there's sorcery speed, artifact specific removal, but chances are we're going to get our hit with our Skyscraper, which is what we want. So I think we probably even go... What makes the most sense to me is land, pump Skyscraper, Preserver, pump Skyscraper, and just straight up get in for 10 damage. 50% of their life total in one swing. Ah, so they have some channel synergy now, huh? Well, they're going to sack the Apprentice or what? I mean, you have to. You have to do something, yeah. You need to get your little construct token. I think that was ultimately the right one to pump. And another Thirst for Knowledge. That's cool too. So 2, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana we have. We don't have a 2-turn. We don't have them on 2-turn clock anymore. So I wonder if... Let's just do Thirst Burst, I think. Oh, now we have infinite combo. Well, that's nice. So... can deal with the Anvil with the Fade. We could just dump the lands. Problem with that being, then I won't be able to pump my dude. I have less resources. And technically I could draw more cards with the Reliquary. Alternatively, I can discard the Season of Renewal because I can get it back with Sky Turtle. So maybe that makes the most sense. We'll dump this and this. And then we'll play the land. Pump here. And I'm thinking about playing the Preserver and actually pumping the Preserver. I think that might be better. Because, like I said, their clock has... changed a little bit here, so fading the Anvil is pretty good. I could also fade the Memory of Toshiro, but I think we probably fade the Anvil. So Sky Turtle can get back Season of Renewal. And if they kill our Skyscraper, I can get both back. And we have 3 modified creatures, so it's actually 4 modified creatures, so it's even cheaper. But if they kill the Skyscraper, obviously we have less modified creatures. They're digging. They are digging, all right. I like the network terminal containment construct synergy. That is good. I mean, if they have a kill spell, they obviously have to kill Skyscraper. That's pretty obvious. I feel like they don't have a ton of options otherwise. They have to deal with Skyscraper, and they've got to deal with it like right now. So, could actually just play the Sky Turtle at this point. I think that's actually probably smarter. So, let's just go land, pump Skyscraper, get in for 10. And then we'll play the Sky Turtle and pass. Alternatively, I just think the Sky Turtle, especially they feel kind of mana starved. Like this is just a tough spot for him. Because they basically have to have 2 kill spells. One of our creatures has Ward 2. They have to be able to deal. They can deal 1. Say we've got the Torment, so that's 8 life, 7, 5, 4, 3 with the Anvil. So if they can deal an additional 3 damage somehow, I guess they can get it. But I also can block with the Merge Keeper, which most certainly will do if I must. So they can discard and play something off the construct. They're going to have to just play that as a land because they don't have anything relevant to get back. So they can get by a blocker. It's still mostly irrelevant. So let's say their last card is Wish You Were Dead. I think even in that case, they can't even kill the Sky Turtle with it. So we'll just kill this. All right. We'll see you for the next one. This hand's a keep. I mean, I don't think there's any reason not to keep this hand, mostly because we have network terminal, so even if we draw straight, I think we play this first in case we draw like a, well, I don't know. I don't know what we could draw, to be honest. Either way, we need a land, so let's do the Wrecker here. Ooh, 5 good cards in hand. That's scary. All right, so now I think we just go Archer, go land, pump. So we have Fade into Antiquity. We're gonna likely have to do that with the take out the reflection of Kiki Jiki. Thing is pretty scary. Sure. I'm just gonna take out Kiki Jiki now. I don't want to deal with it. Copying creatures is too nasty. All right. All right, so we'll go. I mean, technically, we could go Terminal and then Archer, but it's actually pretty important that the Archer's a 4/4 here. I mean, technically they can still kill it with the reactor, I guess. Well, I might just take this opportunity to bounce the Koi with the Sky Turtle. Could bounce the Archer, but I mean, this at least kind of sets them behind, I feel like. Because otherwise I feel like I'm taking too much damage, so you gotta do it like this. Still in a pretty tough spot. Alright, so I think we go Octopus. Let's go Thirst. I don't think we can even find an answer now, unfortunately. Because this has Trample too. Yeah. Like I can discard this. I can do Preserver. Well, I guess I can do that, right? Can I still play a land? Yeah. Alright. I think we just die to Ninja's Kunai. Assuming they don't have an answer here. Alright, well they did. Okay. What do we get? 5 wins, 6 wins? Can't remember. We'll find out in just a moment here. 6 wins. We'll take it. It was a fun draft. Good deck. Let's do some pack one, pick ones. Alright, pack one, pick one. I love Patchwork Automaton. And I haven't gotten a chance to play a Automaton deck in a while too, so I'd take that over everything in here. Just as a fun build around. Gets huge real fast. I mean, we gave up one of our games to it because it was a 1/1 and they had like 2 cards in hand, and then suddenly it just becomes 3/3 out of nowhere. Here's a pretty easy twin shot sniper. This card's amazing. Channel to deal 2 damage to any target, or come in, get a reach body that also deals 2 damage to any target, and it's a artifact to boot, which is relevant. All right, here, pack one, pick one. I'd probably take, I guess, Repel the Vial. Certainly not an exciting pick one, but my options are limited, so it's playable removal. I think it's actually pretty good. All right, pack one, pick one here. I'd probably go with the Rabbit Battery. I feel like I never get to play this card, and it's very, very strong. Very, very strong. Getting that haste and a buff for 1 mana, it's really good. Skyscraper is deceptively good, too. I'm in awe of how well that card plays. And then finally here, I would probably just take the Prowler. Not the most exciting pick, but kind of cool. And there's times where you can do really amazing stuff with it, but I haven't really seen those too often. All right. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you for the next one.